There is a taxi in Munich, Germany that has been running since the 1980s, the same original engine, never rebuilt, never replaced, and the odometer reads 900,000 miles. 900,000 miles? That is not a typo, that is not a rumor. That is a real car with a real engine still doing its job every single day, and the man driving it follows 3 simple rules that most people have never heard of. Rules written by German automotive engineers back in 1972 and then quietly buried so you would never find them. You probably change your oil on schedule. You probably take your car to the dealer when the light comes on. You probably think you are doing everything right, but here's the truth. The average American engine gives out somewhere between 150,000 and 200,000 miles. That is when the repairs start stacking up. That is when the mechanic starts throwing out numbers like $4,000, $8,000, sometimes more, and you sit there wondering what you did wrong. You did not do anything wrong. You just were never told the right things. And that was not an accident. That was a business decision made by people who profit every time your engine breaks down. Back in Stuttgart in 1972, a team of German automotive engineers ran a set of long-term endurance tests on internal combustion engines. They ran these tests for 3 full years. They documented everything. They figured out exactly why engines die early and exactly what you can do to stop it. The results were written up in internal technical reports in 1974 and 1975. The engineering team saw the findings, and then the business team saw the findings. And those business teams made sure those reports never made it into your owner's manual, because if they did, dealership service revenue would drop by roughly 40% over the life of a vehicle. That is not a guess. That is the math they ran themselves. The American automotive service industry brings in over $500 billion every single year. Dealership service departments alone pull in about $120 billion of that total. Your engine breaking down early is not just a side effect of the system, it is a feature of the system. Your repairs are someone else's income. And those 3 simple rules from 1972 would cost you about $24 a year to follow. That is the whole number, $24 per year. Compare that to the $12,000 the average American spends on engine maintenance and repair over the full life of a single vehicle. That gap should make you angry. Here are the 3 rules exactly the way they were documented by those engineers more than 50 years ago. Rule number 1 is about cold starts. Every single morning when you start a cold engine, there's a window of time when the pistons, the cylinders, and all the metal parts inside your engine are running with almost zero lubrication. The oil is sitting at the bottom of the pan. It is not circulated yet. It takes between 5 and 30 seconds just for full oil pressure to reach the upper engine components. And during that entire window, metal is dragging against metal without protection. The engineers found that cold start conditions are responsible for between 60 and 75% of all total engine wear over the entire life of a vehicle. Not highway miles, not hard driving, not towing, cold starts. Every single morning in your driveway is when most of the damage happens. The fix costs you $0. When you start your car, do not touch the accelerator for the first 90 seconds. Let it idle on its own. Sit there, look at your phone, drink your coffee. Just let the engine run at 600 to 800 revolutions per minute for those 90 seconds before you put it in gear. Then for the next 3 to 5 minutes after that, drive gently. No hard throttle, no high RPM. Just easy light driving while the oil finishes warming up and reaching every single part of that engine. That is rule number 1. You can act, it costs you nothing but a minute and a half of your morning. Rule number 2 is about shutting the engine off. When you drive hard, only on the highway, towing a trailer, running the engine at high RPM for extended periods, the engine builds up a serious amount of heat inside. Your coolant pump and your oil pump are both working overtime to manage that heat while the engine is running. The moment you shut the engine off, both pumps stop completely. That heat gets trapped. It sits right around the turbocharger if you have one, right around the exhaust valves, right around the hottest internal surfaces of the engine. That trapped heat causes thermal stress. It expands metal unevenly. It warps components, it degrades the oil film on surfaces, and it takes years off your engine life over time. The fix is 2 minutes. After any hard drive, or any highway run, any session where you really push the car, let the engine idle for 2 full minutes before you shut it off. Pull into your driveway and just sit there for 2 minutes. Let the coolant and oil keep circulating and carry that heat away safely and evenly. 2 minutes. That is rule number 2, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Rule number 3 is about your oil, and one specific additive that most people have never heard of. Most manufacturers tell you to change your oil every 5,000 to 7,000 miles. That recommendation exists because it is convenient for their service schedules and their revenue, not because it is optimal for your engine. The engineers found that oil's protective chemistry breaks down significantly before that mileage interval, and there's one additive called ZDDP, zinc dialkyl dithiophosphate. That is absolutely critical for protecting the metal contact surfaces inside your engine during operation. Decades ago, modern oil formulations reduced ZDDP levels specifically to protect catalytic converters from damage. The side effect is that your engine's internal metal surfaces have considerably less anti-wear protection than engines built back in the 1970s had. Nobody told you that either. The fix has 2 parts. Change your oil every 4,000 miles, not 5 or 7, and at every single oil change, add about $2 worth of ZDDP engine oil additive.
Now, it's not just ZDDP which is to blame. Other elements like molybdenum dithiocarbamate also contain sulfur and phosphorus, but ultimately what this is leading to is a reduction in sulfur and phosphorus levels, particularly from a regulation standpoint. So if you look at the ASEA C category, for example, they specify how much sulfur and phosphorus you are allowed to have in your formulation. It gets even worse for ZDDP, because when you look at industrial lubricants, specifically the gear oils, you can see why we're starting to get away from formulations that contain ZDDP. So way back in the day, what we tended to do when we wanted to formulate, let's say for example, an automotive gear oil, is we tended to take an engine oil and then just cut back the additive package. That's where you get this term, cut back engine oils. This wasn't just true of gear oils, it was also true of hydraulic oils. It took a little bit of a rethink on how we formulate industrial lubricants.
You can buy it online or at any auto parts store. It is sold as a zinc additive or engine oil conditioner, and it is cheap. $2 per oil change. If you change your oil 4 times a year, you are spending $8 a year on the additive itself. Jack of the oil changes are something you were already doing. You're just doing them slightly more often and adding $2 of protection each time. The Munich taxi driver has followed all 3 of these rules from the very beginning of his career. His engine has 900,000 miles on the original block, and it is still working. Long-haul taxi operators across Germany and Japan who follow similar daily practices routinely achieve 600,000 to over 1 million kilometers out of a single original engine. Fleet operators, vintage car restorers, aircraft piston, engine mechanics all know some version of these same principles. They have been passing this knowledge around quietly among themselves for decades while the rest of the world kept paying for engine replacements. And think about the last time you left your car at the dealer for a regular service visit. They checked your fluids and rotated your tires and maybe replaced something you did not even ask about. You paid the bill and you drove away feeling responsible, but nobody handed you a single page that said, look, let your engine idle for 90 seconds every morning and you will double or triple this engine's lifespan. That information would directly cost them revenue. So they held it back. They still are. 3 rules. 90 seconds every morning, 2 minutes after hard drives, 4,000 mile oil changes with $2 of additive. Total annual cost, about $24. The total cost of ignoring this for a lifetime of driving is measured in thousands. The engine in that Munich taxi has proven the math. Okay, the fleet operators across Europe have proven the math. And now you have the information they spent 50 years trying to keep from reaching you. Think about what 900,000 miles means in real money. Most Americans replace their car at least twice before any single engine reaches that mileage. At $30,000 per vehicle, that is $60,000 minimum spent, while the Munich taxi driver spent almost nothing beyond fuel and tires. Every replacement purchase feeds back into a system where early engine death is a core revenue feature. The dealer profits when you buy, the dealer profits when you finance, and the dealer profits every time the old engine needed service on its way to failing. Start tomorrow morning, just let it idle, your engine will remember. If this opened your eyes, drop a comment telling us how many miles your current car has on it right now. Share this with someone who just bought a new car or is dealing with engine trouble. They seriously need to hear all this. Subscribe so you do not miss the next one, and if this was worth your time today, hit that like button. It means more than you know. See you in the next one.